Transformation in 3, 2, 1.
Hi, everybody. Welcome in, welcome in. This is going to be a reading for whoever, whenever, wherever. I hope you guys are doing absolutely fantastic. I will be doing the Capricorn reading tomorrow, so keep your eye out for that if that's your sun, moon, rising, north node, Venus, whatever you'd be listening for. But today's reading is for everyone, for whoever, whenever, wherever, forever, whoever is listening. If you're new here, welcome in. If you're a returning gazer, hi guys. How did that full moon treat you? Oh my gosh. What a powerful moon, powerful sun, right? The Aquarius Leo axis is always kind of a difficult one. It's always there's a lot of show. There's a lot of, I'm hearing combustion. Yikes. It's like a giant fan feeding a giant flame. It can be, right? And for the 8/8 Lionsgate portal to be right there with that full moon, that's like a big deal, right? Shining out, be yourself, be compassionate with yourself. Who is it that you really feel that you are, that maybe society has kept you from being, or that you had to fill in some kind of communal societal norms, and maybe you are feeling like the personality that you are might be a little bit further outside of that box. What do we have here? Wow. And it fell out in my lap like this, so I'm going to show you it in the upright and the reverse. The Fool, interesting. The Fool in reverse with the World in reverse, and you got the Five of Wands here, and that's like the beginning and the end, right? The starting something new and getting to the completion of it. And because there's arguments for argument's sake, there's petty fighting, there's I'm hearing debauchery, take that how it resonates. That's kind of a big concept for a minor arcana pip card here, but if that's what's happening, it keeps the completion from being able to occur. It keeps you from being able to graduate. It keeps the cycle from being closed. And it also keeps you from starting something new. It's this very distracting energy. Do not get distracted by people wanting to argue with you for argument's sake. If we flip it over, we stop that argument, don't we? There's nothing left to fight about, because none of it really, like, I'm not engaging in that. You're saying I'm not engaging in that, because taking that leap of faith and starting something new is what's important. When we move past the petty issues that don't really matter and look at I heard the big screen, right? The big play of the thing, the overarching energy, the eagle's eye view, right? Coming down over something, we can see how wasteful these arguments are, how wasteful of time, effort, attention. And they wind up taking up so much space that they don't let us complete things or get other things done, let other things come into fruition, whether that be actual material projects, whether that be things that we're trying to accomplish in our lives. Maybe you're moving on to your new home, graduating school, getting a new career, a different job, those kinds of things. When we're paying so much attention to the pettiness, to the little bitty trivial things that don't really matter, getting into arguments with people over things that are distracting us, those big things can't be finished. We can't get that job done, right? In this case, we've gotten that job done. You've graduated. You've gotten to the next point. This is a major completion. This is the completion of the hero's journey, of the Fool's Road, of the tarot, right? A major arcana. You start with the Fool, 0, and you get to 21, which is the World card. And I feel like because there's been a maturity here, a maturation, a really understanding of what is important and what isn't, and not letting those other things get in the way and impede your traffic toward the new, right? Like just swimming through, getting out of the way, these impediments, these obstructions put in the road to kind of get you off track, and you staying focused. We are staying focused and no longer giving those things credence or our attention. And what it does is doing that itself is a leap of faith, and it's letting us start on something new. There's a new journey that now it's full of things that we've never tried before. Let's go back to the beginning when we talk about the Aquarian full moon, right? And the Leo sun and the Lionsgate being right there on that axis, opening up. You have the ability right now to really see where you want to go. Really see what needs to be done and over with. What is already done and over with that maybe we're still spinning our wheels in, like, what do I do now? The point is that you're not arguing. You're allowing the change to occur, focusing on what is important, what really matters. Ancestor, spirits, guide, what other messages would you like to... Wow, Nine of Swords in the reverse. We love that. High Priestess in the reverse. And then the Devil. Oh, see? We knew it was in there somewhere. Knight of Cups. This is loving action. This is taking action from a loving heart space. Okay. And moving forward, it could be someone taking action towards you. It could be you taking action towards someone. I feel like we need to be in our heart space. We need to be loving, again, kind to ourselves, taking care of ourselves, and being loving toward the people around us too, being patient with the people around us, because when this completion occurs, a lot of anxieties, whatever the stress about the thing was, goes with it. It's done. It's done and over with. We're no longer upset. We're no longer worrying. You're no longer sitting in this space of anxiety, because the thing that was giving you so much worry is reached its completion. 555. Now is the time for the big changes to occur. And what's interesting here is like the Five of Wands, you get the High Priestess in the reverse. This is people exposing things that maybe shouldn't be exposed, or dredging up things from the past that don't really matter, right? To keep you from being able to use your intuition. High Priestess in reverse is secrets coming out, right? Things being said, maybe things that were supposed to be kept on the down low. Again, I feel like it's things that doesn't matter. And one of the biggest things that's being seen right now is the fact that all of these fights and arguments were being started for no reason. And who was doing it? Who are these petty people? What are these weird things, these things that are getting in the way here? And all of that is being shown out. Because these things the things that they're bringing up aren't as important. So now you have the choice here to start on something new. Here comes the train. You get the Devil energy. Could be a Capricorn, could be those Capricorns that are saying, where's our reading? I'm there. I've been reading. The reading is in the... I was say the reading's in the mail. It'll be there tomorrow. Here's this feeling of, codependency, of addiction, of lack, of obsession, right? Of this is the idea of don't leave something toxic or complete something just to start something new that is toxic. Being mindful of that, being aware of that. And we have Aquarius and Capricorn here. Right here. It's Aries and Aquarius, and here is Capricorn. Aquarius and Capricorn both traditionally were ruled by Saturn. And one is his restrictions and one is his expansion, right? One is the restrictions of time, and one is what does time do for you, right? That fatherly, grandfatherly, it's Cronus, right? Feeling. And it's the having to be in charge of the whole, or just having to be in charge of the family, or even just the one, right? How do we, what are the restrictions being put on us? What are we breaking free from? What's binding us, whether we like it or not? These are things that we need to look at when we're getting into something new, and we're taking a leap of faith, when we're starting on a new path. It's being aware of what are we taking with us, or what's trying to latch on with us as we go. And remember always, like, stay in that heart space, be compassionate and considerate toward yourself, toward the situation, and towards the new, right? But that doesn't mean that we acquiesce or give in to toxicity. Let's get some clarifiers on this. From the Golden Tarot. Very, very, very interesting, because sometimes the World card is also Saturn too, right? Like all this Saturnian energy, Saturn and Aries, maybe that's what it has to do with too. Being held, our feet are being held to the flame, the karmic repercussions, consequences, rewards, awards, all of those things. The balancing is coming through here. And there was something completed, and it allowed you to let go of a lot of things that you're carrying around. But truth be told, are you bringing them with you in the next, right? In the next world, in the next project, in the next venture? Come on now, ancestors, spirits, guides. What's this World card about? The Ace of Swords. The truth, the big yes, Look at that. Look how these cards are talking to each other too. Well, the angel got their angel wings. It's the butterfly. Talks about that transformation. Epiphany moments here. Yep. The truth that brings it through. The truth of what was completed. Right? The announcement there, the yes, it is done, the victory. You have completed this. You have won it over. You have mastered it. It is done and over with. It does not need to complete itself. This isn't a transformation like the death card in going into the rebirth process. This is this one and done. This thing is finished. We're done now. Now moving on to something else, moving on to the next thing. And there's a lot of truth in that. There's a lot of clarity in that. Right? Oof, what is the Nine of Swords? We know what the Nine of Swords in reverse is. What's coming out here? Oh, look, Five of Wands twice, Five of Wands again, 10 of Cups in the reverse. Listen, there was so much argument happening, maybe in a familial environment, maybe in a friendship group, maybe in just the things close to you, the people close to you, the people that you cared about the most, the situations that you cared about the most, right? Here's that petty arguing, Five of Wands in the upright. Here about it, 10 of Cups in the reverse, 9 of Swords in the reverse. Listen, you can only carry those burdens so far. You can only allow those things to mess with your head, or again, those impediments, interference here, right? Those things are done and over with. You're no longer fighting or arguing with them because there's no emotional fulfillment there. And you really, I mean, it's feeling like, I was about to say no love lost, but I feel like there was a lot of feeling, a lot of emotion, right? Or at least the intention of that. And now you're realizing that, love doesn't fight like that. Accomplishments don't work like that. I'm just going to pause it and shut my window. And I'm going to denoise it too, but hopefully it's a beautiful Sunday morning. Neighbors out mowing their lawns. So Five of Wands in reverse. Got the Five of Wands out twice. Oof. The Chariot in the upright. Maybe it had something to do with transportation. Maybe it had something to do with a car. Maybe it had something to do with where you were going. One thing you do know for sure is that you are no longer stuck. Talk about impeding traffic. Talk about moving forward, getting this thing going. Here you get the Chariot card, Cancer energy. And it is strong. Again, 2 cards of victory coming out here, the Ace of Swords and the Chariot. Yes, victory, success, moving forward and driving away from these types of things. In order for you to get your head and your heart on the same page, can't be like, it feels like these people in the situation was like tugging on your heartstrings, telling you weird things, putting stuff in front of you for you to have to focus on instead of those, what's important or where you're trying to get. And it was really pulling the horses in different directions here. And without that, without that argument, you are able to focus. You know where you want to go. Your head wants to go in the same place that your heart does. Knight of Cups energy. Yeah, I'm hearing activates. It mobilizes you. High Priestess in the reverse. Come on, Spirit. What is that about? High Priestess. King of Cups. Interesting, because the High Priestess is Piscean energy, and here we have the King of Cups, also water sign energy, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. So we have Cancer and Pisces out, and the King of Cups. But he's in the upright. He's loving, caring. He knows what everyone needs. He's very, very psychic. Who else is a King of Cups? Bear here. Bear is a Scorpio. He has a giant bear hug, and he knows what people need, and he knows when people need a hug and when people need comfort. Don't you, puppy? Yes, you do. And it's the same kind of thing with this King of Cups. He really takes care of his people. If you are needing assistance right now, support, love, guidance, right? This might be the man for you. Masculine or feminine, we just say masculine because it's the king energy, and it means action being taken. Right? Doing stuff in its most mature form here. So really, not holding things back, not letting things get into the crevices of your heart and mind, right? Those secrets are revealed. Those things are coming out. Maybe about who was causing the pettiness, maybe about who was pushing those arguments, maybe about who needs more practice at life. right? This guy knows those things. He sees that. What is this Fool energy? What is this Fool? Oh, 9 of Wands, 5 of Coins. Both in the reverse. With the Fool card, the new. 5 of Coins in the reverse. You're not being left out of something, and you're not including people in something because that something is yet to fully form. Right? The nine of Wands in the reverse is like kind of letting go of something, giving up on something. It's really interesting too. So he's like pulling his pockets out, like there's nothing in there. It is a 100% fresh, clean, new slate. Fresh, clean, new slate, fresh, clean, new start, where you get to decide what's what. And you're not holding on to those things anymore, but I really feel like those things are holding on to you. Okay, lay down, puppy, lay down. He would come sit on my lap with us right now if he could. I know, puppy. I'm not touching him. He has to touch it. He has a... There you go. Stay right there. I need my hands for a second. What does this Devil card? What is this Devil about? Oh, Page of Wands. You know, the Devil is wanting to steal your enthusiasm. Look, Judgment on... Whoa. Overarching energy on the bottom for the clarifiers. Judgment. You are making a judgment call here to say when these things resurface, if they visited you before, they're welcome back. We're not doing this again. You're not living this again. You're not creating this again. Devil energy here needs to go. And this is the most loving and compassionate decision and choice that you can make for yourself. Things coming back. I'm telling you, the Judgment card is a return. It's a return of things that you've already completed. Okay. And they come back to see how much shit you're going to take from them again in the future. Are you taking this? Is that what you want to accept for your life? No, because it's trying to look at how this is happening here. It's trying to completely drain the enthusiasm, drain the excitement, attach itself to that, like that's where the vampire is, you know, sucking on your neck there, sucking all the life out of it. You're like, absolutely not. Giving up on trying to make that work. And you're saying, nope, because the real victory is in the completion and the new, right? The letting go of all these things. You got 3 5s out. We saw 5 5 5. Big changes are here and it's good. It's good. Let's get a little bit more details. Needle, a sincere wish will be granted. I love the needle with the Ace of Swords. Okay, it's like hitting the mark. Okay, the eye of the needle and threading that needle through and being able to use that now to stitch together the things that you love. Like my grand's beautiful quilt here, right? My great-grandmother, my granny made that quilt, gave it to my grandmother, and I inherited it from her, right? And it's this long-lasting thing, mom's mom, right? And it's something she accomplished that's long lasting, right? And I feel like that's, you hit the mark, and the thing that you are creating, the wish that you're wishing to fulfill right now, is reaching further than just you, and it's being passed down. Right? New generations, new traditions, judgment, the new, complete look elephant, a long journey, either physical or mental, will leave you wiser in the end. That's the Chariot card is all about. And you are much wiser now. Are you not? Maybe you are taking a little bit of a trip. Again, maybe you're going from point A to point B. Maybe you are starting a new home, a new job. Take it how it resonates, right? A new lifestyle, whatever it is, you're hitting the mark on that. You've learned, been there, done that. And you know what's important and what isn't, right? That's what you learn. Look, strong emotion, passionate love or hate. And that's what this devil energy hates to see you so loving, passionate, and excited about what it is that you're doing. That Chariot moving really quickly, getting going really quickly. Ooh, remember, there's a counterbalance always in the universe. That's how the universe works, right? The premise of the hermetic principles. that everything has an opposite. There is a polarity. And within that polarity, there is a gender. There is an inward and an outward. And those things cause ripples and waves. And there's an action and an effect, a cause and effect. Right. And you're starting to really understand how all of those things had, played into the thing, the past, the previous, right? How much anxiety it caused, how much arguments there were over nothing, what was really important, what needed to be done. And so now that you're on your new, you're really loving the zest of life. You're really, if you're not there yet, you are going to be, this is going to be very exciting. And that devil energy is going to kind of try to come through and like sink it, like put a rock in your sail and just sink it. And you're not letting that happen. Judgment call here, right? You're holding on to the love that you have for this. Let's get the other. I can only shuffle half of this deck at once. What's it say on the bottom finger? It says, warning you of a problem either now or in the future. And it is that devil energy. That's what it's warning you about. Being mindful of that. Addictions coming through, whatever that might be, addictions to success, addictions to substances, addictions to shopping, codependency, the excitement of those things. Sometimes it's not any one particular of those things. It's the excitement, the turmoil, the chaos, right? That in of itself, that's what the devil's trying to do here in the new, and it's forewarning you about that. Advice from a friend coming through here. Could be the Knight of Wands or Knight of Cups, could be the King of Cups, telling you the truth, right? Celebration, fun, and enjoyment. Let's just do this instead. Let's just live our lives in happiness. Ooh, it's easier said than done, right? But a lot of times it's because of the turmoil of the exterior situations or the people around us that are causing chaos, right? Because they don't know how to get out of their own petty heads. Maybe they're addicted to the chaos. That is not coming with you in your new. Whether you're just starting, whether you're starting a whole new path, a whole new thing, or you're starting a new constitution within yourself that says, and that's good. Look, hats will be playing a different role. That you that they thought that they could get away with this stuff from is no longer the you that is. And they will not be getting away with shit. So you're like, don't even try it, mister. Damn, look, misunderstanding. Yeah, they might be seeing you under the previous light or what they'd hoped to see you under, right? Which is not the truth. They're completely misunderstanding the situation if they think that they can come in and start that shit here again. Nope. You're going to set them straight, aren't you? Look, climbing towards success, the ladder. Yes, you are setting them straight. You're setting yourself straight. And that kind of crap is not invited. All right. Again, I'm going to do a couple more, just to get a little bit more information. We will get some Ganesh cards, and then we're going to pull a card to close up from the Wild Harmonic Oracle. Oh, highly, highly recommend. Glowfish had a whole bunch of those, and I think people didn't like fully get what they are. And if you see them, or if you're at Glowfish and she still has some, oh, highly, highly, highly recommend. They're a deep dive, that's for sure. All right, let's see. Ganesh. Speaking of the elephant, Ganesha. Nurture. You got to take care of yourself. You got to take care of the new, right? This is about taking care of the thing. This is where you're there. Any previous attention or energy that was being taken by these arguments, by this trivial stuff, right, is going to be now put into nurturing the new self, the inner child. See, it's like the mother and the child here. You are the parent of the things you are creating, even if that's like parenting yourself to help you grow and progress, being that parent to yourself. And again, this loving action, nurturing it, feeding it good things, taking it for exercise, like getting it out into the world so that it can grow and mature and succeed out there, right? Very peaceful energy. It's like snuggling. And you get Steadiness and healing. Wow. Yeah. Again, steady as she goes, right? The progress being made here because it's not getting off track, because it isn't all bumpy, because there's a nurturing that's happening to keep it steadfast and forthright and moving in a positive direction here. And what that does is it brings healing. It brings healing to you. It brings healing to this situation, but it also brings healing to the world. I want you to know that every single time you heal yourself, every single time you make a loving decision, every time you take a loving action, you are healing the world, because we all got to do it. We all got to do it. We all got to do it together. We got to make those choices in our lives. And as we do, it will grow until the critical mass is met and the balance is tipped. Again, the polarity, right? And it starts with each and every one of us individually in that healing space and being steady on our feet and steady as we go and not letting these things tip us over. This might be a whole new, role for you. You might have been the like underling or the subservient or the employee, and now you're the boss, you're the manager, you're the parent, you're the one in charge, you're the one taking action. And it's a different role for you, and you've learned a lot. And you know what you want to do, and you know what's not welcome here. And that's in and of itself a relief of stress. One more, spiritual quest and wholeness. Look at that. Again, it's the things that you do for you, you're actually in a positive, loving way, you're actually doing for everyone, for all of us. And we thank you. We're grateful. Definitely. Wow. Spiritual quest. It talked about a journey. It talked about this Chariot card. You might need to go somewhere to see something different. Be somewhere different. Step into an environment that feels different from what you are used to. You could be going to a class somewhere. You could be trying a new restaurant. You could just be going to a different coffee house, right? You could be like I like writers groups. Go to try a different try a group of something that you like. A seminar, a workshop, just to get together. There's lots of things out there, things that strike your interest, and if you don't like it, try a different one. That's okay, but this is about taking that journey and being in a different space so that you can feel the difference. You can feel how things can change. Excuse me, bear. All right. Wild harmonic oracle. That's now I understand why he wants to go outside, because she's mowing the lawn. And he has to monitor. Ancestors, spirits. You know what's crazy, you guys? A bunch of them just flew out. And this one is the 5 of water. And look, it says state change. Look at that. How many 5s? And a bunch of other ones came up too, but they were all facing downward. And that was like the one that was facing up. So we're going to do this. The fire of water. And I said 5. It's like these fives. But again, the state change, like you feel so different that those things that you were accepting before, or that you thought maybe is normal before, not only don't feel normal, but they don't feel like they don't match the constitution of self of who you are now or who you are evolving into. And that's really great. State change is like the state of matter. Are you going from being in a air space where you're in your mental realm, letting that take over? Or are you getting into a more emotional space, maybe more of an earthy space? State change. And again, that change of roles, change of personalities. It says, as the driving will embodies into the flowing feeling of life, all boils away to become something else. Wow. Inner context shift, perspective changes, and new capabilities and situational flexibility are realized. Whether I shift up, down, left, right, or otherwise, I will find that my situation and options have changed, even when nothing else about the situation has. Becoming flexible in my states, knowing how best to use them, find them, and leave them gives me greater response ability. Water that is set on fire becomes something else entirely. Out of the cauldron, I bubble and rise when the conditions are right, and from here I can make adjustments I could not when I was stuck in one form. Each state is an energetic state, a reference point for how things are. I collect them, learn them, and use them with grace and skill. Inquiry: how can I shift myself in order to be more able to benefit the situation? How can you shift yourself? And again, it doesn't say how benefit from the situation. It says benefit the situation. And again, it's that we are all changing the state of matter, the ways that we're approaching things, the ways that we're feeling things, what we will accept, what we won't accept, what our role in it is, right? And when we do that, we change the state of the universe. Wow. I hope that was helpful. I hope that you got something out of it. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for remembering to hit like and subscribe if this resonated with you. And thank you for coming back and seeing us again next time. Bye.
Transformation in 3, 2, 1.